and left dead alone. And you do it.
Yep.
Can you survive?
I'm trying to see how annoying it is alone. It's pretty fucking annoying.
They're not very helpful.
No, they are not helpful at all. But there's a hero closet fucking everywhere because they're so fucking stupid. I don't know how she dies, but yet somehow it means she ends up in a bathroom. Continuity be damned.
Reloading.
Pills.
I know one thing. Grab me pills. Reloading.
You're not gonna take the deep fib? You don't even have a health pack.
I will get a health pack. There's another one in one of these bathrooms.
Hey, watch out for the cars.
There's usually one. Sometimes there's not. Sometimes I'm just stupid. Yeah, I'm just stupid.
Hey, I'm reloading.
Here?
Reloading.
Through this door.
What's down here? What's in here? Yeah, pipe bomb.
Reloading.
Reloading. I'm reloading.
Laser sights here.
Ooh, laser sights.
Through this window.
Reloading.
What was the point of shooting the one in the pool? He's just hanging out.
He's just hanging out. I know, but... Oh, I got smoked. They ambushed me. Go get the shiny. Dumbasses, help me! Dumbasses, help me! Ugh, dumbasses. Seriously fucking useless, you three. God, you were fucking useless. Get out of the smoke, then! Brain-dead dimwits?
Watch yourself on
Hey.
this hill.
Yay, health pack. Mine now.
We ain't the only ones that thought to take this shortcut. Hold on, y'all. I gotta heal.
That's what I'm talking about.
Ellis, I'm real sorry about this, but,
How the hell y'all keep shooting me?
Whoa.
I had to leave Ellis behind, guys. I'm sorry.
Hey, I need some help over here.
Didn't work. Shoot it! For fuck's sake.
Reloading. Reloading. Reloading.
Shoot it. Shoot it. Shoot it. Shoot it. Please shoot it. Please shoot it.
You get up.
Revive me faster. There is a tank in my face. I'm on fire.
Reloading.
No, good. I needed to be hunted.
Get it off. I'm down. Need some help. Get it off.
Come on, guys. I need some help. Hey, over here.
This is difficult. I'm not gonna lie. This is really, really hard. Oh, the chat wanted story time. Oh, I left story time all alone.
Hey, Whispering Oaks. Shit, I used to go there when I was a kid.
Tell us how I made Stone Cold shit his pants. Well, That's actually a pretty embarrassing story. You see, I was actually training to be a chef when I went to Michigan. And it turns out that the WWE is very, very popular in Michigan. And we were hired as part of a reality show to actually cook food for the WWE wrestlers. And one of the wrestlers we were going to cook for was Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yeah! Woo-hoo-hoo! Well, one of the problems I had as a chef, as a chef in training, was that I was not very good at separating the proteins from the vegetables. So I ended up getting a lot of the vegetables sort of infected with or contaminated with the protein juices. And when I cooked them all together and I served them, I ended up serving Stone Cold quite a bit of helping salmonella. About maybe 20 minutes into the meal, Mr. Austin could not take the salmonella poisoning and abruptly shit his pants all over the kitchen floor. It was quite a sight to behold because a guy like the Rattlesnake, you'd think he'd take really simple, really simple snake shits, but my god, that man can shit. That man took a shit that just rivaled the age, and it wasn't like a full firm shit either. It was like the wet, sloppy shit that was just really, really type of nasty. And he blamed me for it, gave me the Stone Cold Stunner, I threw up all over him, and my vomit mixed with his shit, and it created a new enigma. This new WWE wrestler came to life from the shit of Stone Cold Steve Austin, and the blood vomit from my gut, and we know him as John Cena today. Tell us how we invented water slides. Well, water slides aren't that hard an invention to come up with. They've been around forever. But it's a little-known fact that I, in fact, invented them before I invented sushi. You see, right before I was about to invent sushi, I had this brilliant idea. What if we could cover this entire road in water, and we could all just slide down the road? It'd be fantastic. So I commissioned the Chinese Empire to come up with an idea. Build one road, one solitary road, steal it from the Russians, steal it from the Romans, steal it from whoever the fuck you want to steal it from, but get this road and build it around the countryside. It'll be this huge motherfucking road that you can build around the countryside, and we will flood it with water constantly, and we will have National Water Slide Day. Well, it turns out I got lost in translation, and the Chinese had no idea what the fuck I was saying, so they built this big motherfucking wall around their country, and it was the silliest looking wall, too, because it went up and down hills. They didn't level anything off. I didn't really understand why they built it, but it's still cool. I mean, it looks pretty cool. It's just, it wasn't the world's biggest water slide. So I went home, I got a piece of silly putty, and I decided to make it into a shape of water slide and pour water down it. Then I shrunk myself down with my shrink ray, and I invented the world's first water slide. It was really kind of hard to invent it because shrinking yourself down is a lot difficult. A hell of a lot more difficult than they make it seem in cartoons. You know, they usually just blast themselves with a ray, but let me tell you something. Shrinking yourself down is a lot more difficult than shrinking yourself down with a ray. You need to do shit like do a Java dance, and then you need to pray to Baal, and then after that you need to sacrifice a kitten, and then after sacrificing the kitten you have to eat the corpse of a sinless person. And let me tell you something, finding a sinless person in this day and age, oh boy, that's a difficult one, I'll tell you what. But it's okay, because I found the corpse of Jesus Christ, so I ate his corpse instead. I mean, hey, who else is going to be a sinless person, right? So I found the corpse of Jesus, I ate him, and I was finally able to enjoy the world's first water slide. In hindsight, probably would have been easier for me to just build a scale model of the water slide and then build it to scale, but hey, you know, what are you gonna do? Anyway, I got the water slide working, and we all lived happily ever after. Please shoot the jockey. Thank you.
Hey, Jace, I'm gonna head out for the night.
Alright, you have a good night, man. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Later.
Reload.
Oh, was a witch there? Shit.
Reload.
Tell us how you divided by 0? I divided by 0 very long time ago. You see, mathematics as you know it today is actually an error. You can actually divide by 0, it's just that modern mathematics have been so convoluted by cosines and trigonometric functions that you can't divide by 0 anymore. Well, it turns out that dividing by zero used to be possible, and used to be very popular. It used to be very popular among the ancient gods, you know, the Valkyrie and all those sort of gods. And they decided, you know what? Fuck it. We're gonna divide by zero. So one day I decided, hey, you know what, Thor? Let's divide by zero, and we did. Only the problem is when you divide by zero, it implodes and you create a new universe. And I got sucked into that implosion, and Thor was like, "Ha ha ha! You got sucked into the implosion. You're stuck on Earth." And I was like, "Well, you know what? Fuck you. At least I'm on Earth, and I'm not in some fucking nameless fucking existence." And he's like, "Well, fuck you. My life has meaning." I'm like, "Oh yeah, prove it." And he was like, "Well, I got a hammer," and I was like, "Yeah, fuck you, buddy." Sorry, I'll tell another story after I'm done fighting a horde of zombies here.
Hold up, gonna heal.
Oh, well, you see, the story of how I impregnated the Virgin Mary is quite a complicated story. You see, back in the old days before, you know, Moses and all these assholes, well, actually, it was the days after Moses, now that I think about the Virgin Mary. Well, see, alright, so here's why it's difficult to explain. I didn't directly impregnate the Virgin Mary. What I did was press the button, press the button, press the button. Get on the boat. Press the button. Press the button. Get on the boat. There we go. Alright, so this actually goes back to the days a little bit before Moses, because I never really directly impregnated the Virgin Mary. You see, back before Moses was about to lead the slaves out of Egypt into the Promised Land, you know, 40 years in the desert and all that bullshit, I was hanging around a bush, and that motherfucker was on fire, and he was like, "Yo, dude, you want to hang out?" And I was like, "Yeah, alright, we can fucking hang out. I ain't doing much. I'm sitting by a fucking bush in a mountaintop." And he was like, "Yeah, I hear you, man. So, what's up with your life, man? How you been?" You know, I'm like, "Yeah, it's alright, you know. I mean, I don't have anyone around with me, you know, it's kind of lonely." And he was like, "Well, you know, you don't really have to be lonely." I was like, "Well, what do you mean?" He's like, "Well, dude, I gave you arms that are about as long as your torso. Why don't you just, you know, just jerk yourself off?" And I was like, "Oh, shit." So I jerked myself off, and I came on this bush, and this motherfucker was like, "Dude, you fucking came on me." Well, he got pissed off, and he exiled me from the Promised Land. I was like, yeah, whatever. I'll be back, motherfucker. I'll be back with a vengeance. Just you wait. Just you fucking wait. Well, it turns out that about, several thousand years later, this woman comes along with the same bush, same mountaintop. She's like, "Oh, fuck, I am tired. I have got to poop." So she takes this poop, and she sees this bush there, and she's like, "Well, shit, I ain't got nothing to wipe with," so she uses the bush to wipe with. Only, the problem is, women with their butts, they're actually pretty close to the vagina, so she wiped with the impregnated, the tree that had my sperm on it, and she, you know, she got impregnated by me. Not directly, but, hey, you know, she had a poop, she got impregnated, Jesus was born. Jesus is a poop baby. What are you gonna do?
Reloading. Hunter.
Reloading.
How old am I? I'm far too old to be making these stupid stories. Tank. Tank? Oh, hi, Tank! You really are a tank!